Before we get started, thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Stay tuned till later in the video to find out how you can get 2 months of Skillshare free. Eggnog, Christmas trees, kids opening presents, spending time with friends and family. Christmas is really one of my favorite times of the year. Checking people off the old Christmas shopping list, finding that perfect present, fighting crowds, dealing with all the madness. Not so much. That's not my favorite part. So today, hopefully we can take a little stress out of your holiday season, maybe help you check a couple names off that old Christmas shopping list. If you're ready, let's talk about some man shit. Happy Manmas, everybody. Is Manmas a thing? If Manmas isn't a thing, I think it should be. It's like Man Christmas. We're gonna make that a thing. Hashtag Manmas. I don't think it's gonna catch on. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas if you're in England. I think you guys say Happy Christmas over there. Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you happen to be celebrating this time of year. Today we are going to be talking about Christmas gift ideas for guys. So any of you guys out there, if you want to give your significant other some good ideas of cool shit to buy you for Christmas, just forward this video to them, have them watch it. I'll take care of you and get you squared away. You're welcome. Tried to cover different categories, different price ranges, so hopefully there's a little something on here for everybody. We have a whole crap load of stuff to go over today, so we better get cracking or this video is gonna be like 45 minutes long. I do have full reviews on a lot of the stuff on this list, and I'll notate that video above if there's a video for the product we're talking about, because I'm gonna be fairly brief on the details on these things. We got a lot of stuff to go through, and well, brevity is not my strong suit, so we're gonna try to stay high level on this stuff and knock through this list as quick as possible, which isn't gonna be quick. Every man that would be a man should carry a pocket knife. It's just something you should have in your pocket as a guy. I know a lot of guys that carry more than one. It's a thing. Numero uno. Benchmade Bugout. No need to say any more. Next knife. When I bought this thing, it did not leave my pocket for a couple months. I loved it that much. This one has brass scales. They don't normally come with brass scales. That's actually one of the gift ideas later, so we'll go into that later. You got about a 3 1/4 inch blade, S30V steel, comes in lots of different color combinations. Normally, it comes with polymer scales from the factory. Adjustable deep carry pocket clip. Well, let's be honest, there's really only one way to carry, and that's tip up. If you're one of those tip down carry kind of guys, I don't think I can talk to you. I don't think we can be friends. You're probably one of those weirdos that likes to kick puppies, eat pineapple on their pizza. You probably fruit your beer. I'm just saying, tip up for life, baby. It is an axis lock knife, so the fidget factor is really, really high. Super, super smooth action, really thin, disappears in your pocket, lightweight, great blade shape. It's really a good size for everyday use. Not too big, not too small. Really just the perfect knife. Next up, it's the one that I'm actually carrying today. Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Right along with the Benchmade Bugout. If you're a knife guy, you've got to have one of these in your collection. I mean, probably one of Spyderco's best-selling knives ever. And I mean, who doesn't appreciate a good Spidey flick? That's just fun. Almost a 3 1/2 inch blade on this guy. Again, we're looking at some more S30V steel, which I'm a big fan of S30V. G10 scales, tons of different color combinations and different blade finishes and stuff you can get on this one. 4-way adjustable pocket clip, but we've already had that conversation. You tip down guys, what the hell? This is a compression lock, which is equally on there with the fidgetability. Is fidgetability a word? Equally up there with the fidget factor of the Benchmade. Awesome ergos, really, really good jimping. Big fan of good jimping. All that great Spyderco ergonomic goodness for about 140 bucks. This one is one that my buddy Taylor from Best Damn EDC told me about. Zach from Blade HQ also told me about it. And I didn't believe it was as good as everybody said, because it's just such a cheap knife. You can get this knife for like 50 bucks, but it really is as good as everybody says. The hype is real. It's legit. The Civivi Elementum. I don't know how they did it for 50 bucks. I don't understand how they sell something this good for 50 bucks. You got just under a 3-inch D2 blade, G10 scales on this guy. This is a liner lock. It's got ball bearings in it. It's just butter. I mean, the action, I mean, what? It drops closed. How many $50 knives do that? Come on. How many $50 knives you know that are that smooth? None. I tell you the answer. The answer is none, because they don't make $50 knives this smooth. I don't get it. It comes with a little nylon carrying case. This one is a flipper, so you open it from the back. I think it looks good. It's a very simple, plain, kind of elegant design. This one is only tip up carry. So for all you tip down guys, Just kidding. For some guys, that might be a little bit of a drawback because it is only right-handed tip up. It is such a great knife for the money. It's really hot right now and it's kind of hard to find. They sell out. The good folks at Blade HQ, repping Blade HQ with the sweet Blade HQ shirt. Love those guys. They are my preferred vendor for knives. They have a hard time keeping these in stock. I think right now the only one that's in stock is the one with the Damascus blade, but nevertheless, just a crazy awesome knife for the price. Definitely a good one. The next gift idea is what I was talking about with this. Flytanium Scales. Flytanium is a company that makes custom scales for knives. These are the brass ones that I talked about on my Bugout. I also have some titanium ones on a Skyline of mine. Just a really great way to upgrade a knife, and they make really cool presents because, I mean, who doesn't want their knife to look cooler? I mean, this Bugout was already awesome before, but then I put these brass scales on it and it just took this thing to a whole nother level. But the badassery went up a notch with these brass scales. With this Skyline, really a pretty plain, just everyday little carry knife, but you put some titanium scales on it and things pretty boss. All of them, machining's perfect, they fit great, they make your knife look better. It's just a great option. So if you've got a knife guy on your list, maybe order him a set of Flytanium scales for one of his knives. I'm sure he'll love it. Staying in knives, but moving out of locking, moving to a more classic design, something that's been around forever. Every guy should have one of these. A Victorinox Swiss Army knife, the old SAKs. They are iconic, they've been around forever, they're built like a tank, great knives. They have a ton of different options as far as types of Swiss Army knives depending on what kind of tools that you prefer to carry on you daily. My personal favorite is the Tinker. It's got a big blade, a small blade, can opener, a bottle opener, a flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, everything you could possibly need all in one little compact thing. It's a great first knife for little men in training. It's a good thing to start kids off with. A lot of the Boy Scouts carry them and whatnot. And really affordable. My favorite, the Tinker, you can normally find these for like 27 bucks and they come with a little SD Classic jobber. A little one comes with it. For 27 bucks, you get one of these little guys and one of these guys. Or I think the Tinker by itself is normally about 21 bucks. Great little stocking stuffer for that guy on your list. Now you may have noticed that my Swiss Army knives, most of them are not the traditional Swiss Army knife red. Nothing wrong with the Swiss Army knife red. It's cool. I'm just not a big fan of the red plastic scales. So next on the list, you want to throw a little something on your Swiss Army knife. Scales from Daily Customs. Daily Customs is a company out of Germany that makes these custom fit scales for Swiss Army knives. He's got them in every material imaginable. You can get them in titanium, you can get them in brass, copper. You can even get this sweet, I don't know if you can see this stuff. This stuff is called mokume, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure this stuff is copper, brass, and nickel, and then they blend it into this tie-dyed, just swirly bit of awesomeness. You can get them with engravings and different stuff, tons of different options. The fit and finish on these things is perfect. All of it lines up just perfect. I mean, the machining and tolerances on these things are really, really good. Take that Swiss Army knife to the next level. Check out some of these scales from Daily Customs. Next idea, something from the good folks over at Big Idea Design. Now, specifically in this video, I'm talking about the Pocket Pro pen because I think this is a great pen that any guy would love to have, but really anything from their website. They sell a whole range of really cool crap that most guys are gonna love. They got several different types of pens, all kinds of cool EDC pocketable tools. They've got wrenches, they've got screwdrivers, lots of cool shit from Big Idea Design. But for the sake of this video, I'm concentrating on the pen, the Pocket Pro. I love this thing. They come in a lot of different finishes. You can get them in titanium, you can get them in a black finish. You can get them in brass and copper, but I don't think they'll be out until January, so you could possibly pre-order one for somebody for Christmas, but just know they won't have it in time for Christmas. It wouldn't come till after. They did something that no other pen manufacturer that I can think of has done, in that they've made it fit every cartridge out there. That is my least favorite thing about getting a pen that I really like, and then it doesn't take the cartridge that I like. That makes that pen useless as tits on a board for me. I need to like the pen and be able to take a good cartridge. So no matter what kind of pen cartridge they're a fan of, it'll fit in this guy. All metal construction, really compact, easy to carry with you everywhere. Awesome, awesome pens. Next up is Hitch and Timber. And Hitch and Timber is much like Big Idea Design in the fact that I'm gonna talk specifically about an item, but really anything from their website, most guys are gonna love, because Hitch and Timber makes some really awesome leather goods. They've got wallets, keychains, pocket organizers, knife sleeves, the works. They got a bunch of stuff. So anything from that website would be dope. Specifically today though, I'm talking about the Mini Engineer and the RUNT 2.0 because those are the two that I carry the most. Really awesome, high quality leather. And it just gives you a cool place to put like a little Swiss Army knife, a small flashlight, and a pen, and be able to carry that very easily in your pocket without all that shit clanging and banging around driving you crazy. If a guy on your list is into carrying all that stuff and he's the kind of guy that's emptying 5 pounds of shit out of his pockets at the end of every day, one of these is really cool because it allows you to put all that in one little neat spot, slide it down in your pocket, keep it all together, keep it all safe, and it just looks dope. It's gonna patina up and look awesome. It's just an all-in-one little kit of badassery for your pocket. I love these things. So definitely go check out Hitch and Timber. Now I do love me some Hitch and Timber. That is no bull. I carry one of those pocket organizers in my pocket almost every single day. I will admit though, as for a wallet, I go with our friends over at Trayvax. And that is the next item on our list, and that is some form of wallet from our friends at Trayvax. And I say some form because they're all awesome, and wallets are very personal to the individual, so it depends on what you're looking for, and it depends on the price range you're shopping in. They've got everything from, you know, very minimal card holders like this Armored Summit here, which is gonna run you about 35 bucks, up to my personal favorite for about 140 bucks, which is the Contour. Now I know 140 bucks is not cheap by any means, but this thing is awesome. This one is in tobacco brown. It is a metal frame with a leather strap on it. It has a great spot here to hold some money. Very securely clips in all your cards. Holds up to, I think, 13 cards. One of my favorite things is how easy it is to get them out. It has this open spot here and you just thumb it up and your card pops out and Bob's your uncle. You got your card. When you're done, you put it back in, you clip it closed, you're cooking with gas. Leather, you guys know, I've had this thing for months and it still has that awesome leather smell. I love the smell of good leather. RFID protection, 65-year warranty, bottle opener. I mean, what else can you ask for in a wallet? I mean, honestly, this thing's awesome. Check them out, Trayvax Wallets. Moving right along. Next up we have, oh, did I forget to put the phone on silent? Oh no, not this guy. If I don't answer this, he's gonna get butthurt. I apologize. Let me just do this real quick and just take a second. Just 1 second. Yellow.
Yo, you busy right now, man?
Yeah, man. What's up? But here's the deal. I'm in the middle of filming, so what do you need? You're disrupting my flow.
Just calling to make sure you remember to thank the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare.
No, I hadn't done the sponsor yet, but it was coming. I was just about to get to it.
Don't lie to me, boy.
Yeah, you're right. I had forgot. You know me well, I forgot.
Yeah, you always forget.
Well, here, man. Look, you're better at the sponsor thing than me anyway. So since you're on here and you're already screwing everything up, why don't you just do it?
No. That's all you, bud.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
You.
No, you.
No,
you.
for sure you.
No, you.
You.
No, really. Here, you. Just,
Dude,
I'm gonna put you up
don't
here.
You dare.
Just, here, you do it. You
Son
do
of
it.
a, don't you do it. I swear to God.
You do
Oh,
it.
Well, as usual, Baby Gap left me holding the bag, so I'm gonna handle it. I'd like to take a sec to thank the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. If you haven't heard of Skillshare, it is basically an online learning community with thousands of really high quality classes ranging from creative and lifestyle to business and technology. With a premium membership, you get full and unlimited access to great classes on everything from cinematography to photography, all the way to things like leathersmithing and time management. They have a class on just about everything, all taught by experts in the field for far less than $10 a month. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, click the link that Baby Gap here is going to put below this video, and Skillshare is going to give you 2 months of premium access for free.
Good job, man.
Whatever.
That was awesome.
You think?
No, it was great.
I thought it was a little rushed.
No, you did awesome.
Hey,
Thanks.
don't forget.
I'm gonna let you
Also,
go. I gotta get back to the video.
wait,
Thanks.
no,
Bye.
no,
Love you.
don't
Bye.
you hang up,
Okay,
you
bye,
mother.
bye. That dude is so high maintenance. Lord have mercy. Up next, we are off of the daily carry type stuff. We're on to a little bit of tech, just a little sprinkling of tech in this video for you tech guys out there. I know some of you out there are completely anti-Apple. You hate anything Apple, anything Mac, anything that even looks like it might have an Apple or be related to Mac. If it starts with an M or ends with a C, you hate it, and that's fine. If that's you, you might want to fast forward through the next minute or so of the video. But for the rest of you reasonable people out there, I'm gonna tell you what, I love me some AirPods. I hate to admit it, I was a late adopter. I didn't get AirPods until my wife bought them for me 4 or 5 months ago. I was kind of in the camp of I'm not spending $150 on some little things that look like toothbrushes hanging on my ears. But now that I've used them, I've drank the Kool-Aid. I'm converted. I love these things. They sound great. You get 5 hours of listen time, 3 hours of talk time. If you add in the fact that the case that you keep them in charges them, you get up to 24 hours of listen time with all the different charges you can get out of one charge on the case. Only 15 minutes in the case will get you 3 hours of listen time and 2 hours of talk time. You can control them by doing the different tap motions on the earbuds. When you take one out, it automatically mutes what you're doing. If you need to talk to somebody real quick, when you put it back in, it starts it back up. If you have an iPhone, they're absolutely seamlessly integrated. You don't do anything but turn them on and they just hook to your phone. They're just little toothbrush hanging out of your ears of wonder. I love them. You can get them for like $150 for the normal ones. I think they run about $200 if you want the wireless charging case, and about $250 for the new AirPod Pros. Really just fantastic little dudes. Love them. Now you might notice mine are not the typical apple white, and that's because I have them in a leather case. If you guys have followed me for any length of time, you know I have a weird fetish for leather. Not like in the weird S&M wannabe beat kind of way, but just I like leather. I like the patina and whatnot, so this just got a little uncomfortable. Moving right along. My next gift idea is if you have somebody in your life that has AirPods. I really love this little leather case that I found for my AirPods. It's super cheap. It was like 15 or 16 bucks. I like it better than the other cases I've used. Most of the AirPod cases I used at first, I went through like a ton trying to find something I like. The lid just kind of like goes, it's two separate pieces. There's a lid piece and a bottom piece. And I never liked that. It always left a gap in the back and you could see the white, which kind of, This one, it's a full case. It covers the whole thing. It's on a hinge back here, and when you close it, it is 100% all leather. It does this cool thing when you open it, it kind of hands them to you. It's like, let me get up, see if you can get for you. Some AirPods for you and for you. You? Okay, I'm 12. I'm gonna stop that now, but in any event, I really love it. It's a great case. It's got like a hard plastic inside with a thin leather covering on the outside. I don't know how well this leather is gonna hold up long term. I've had it for 3 or 4 months now and it's doing fine, but it does seem like it's pretty thin leather. It protects them really well. I like the fact that the leather starts to patina. I love all things leather, and for 15 bucks, if they only last 6 or 8 months and you gotta buy new ones, then you know, whatever. Leather case for your iPods. AirPods. Man, I always call them iPods and earpods. I call them earpods all the time too. It's AirPods, AirPods. Moving on to a subject near and dear to my heart, beards. If you have a fine bearded gentleman in your life, then a good option would be to possibly get him some beard oil to keep his beard nice and healthy and smelling so fresh and so clean. So the first option I would say is buy them some BEARDBRAND beard oil. Their gold line is a little on the expensive side, so it's not a beard oil that some guys may splurge on a regular basis because of the price. So it'd be a nice little treat for them to get them some of these gold line BEARDBRAND beard oils. They have a 3-pack that comes with each one of the scents in their gold line. I think it's around $100 if I'm not mistaken. They're really good quality, and these 3 scents, Temple Smoke, 4 Vices, and Old Money. Once you smell them, you'll know why they're so expensive. They smell fantastic. They are some of my favorite scents of any beard oil I've ever tried, and if you could tell, I've tried a beard oil or 2 in my life, and I love these things. The other option I would say is a new company I've been checking out, this Mr. Pompadours. Again, really quality ingredients, which is always an important thing when I'm looking at new beard oils. Really cool bottle with these. I like the bottle because it's got like a little pump thing that dispenses the oil, which is actually kind of nice. But this cypress and vetiver, my wife and every single woman that has smelled this stuff says they love the way this stuff smells. Really, really awesome scent. They've also got one that's an oud oil. I don't know if you know anything about oud oil, but that shit is expensive, and they have an oud oil scent. I don't know if there's actual oud in that oil. I feel like I'm speaking another language, oud. Checking out some of that BEARDBRAND or some of this Mr. Pompadour beard oil, or any really beard oil for that matter, I'm sure would be greatly appreciated by any bearded man on your Christmas list. Let's see, we've covered EDC stuff, we covered a little bit of tech, we covered some beard care. What else could there be? What else do I talk about on a regular basis? Coffee. That's right. My next favorite thing in the world, coffee. Next up, if you have a coffee connoisseur on your list, Oaken Bond Coffee. You've probably seen me mention this in a couple videos before because I really love this stuff. They take 2 of my favorite things in the world and they combine them together. They take coffee and whiskey. Oh yeah, it's good. They take coffee beans and they age them in whiskey barrels, which is phenomenal. They have a rye, they have a scotch, and they have a bourbon. So you get some different flavor profiles there. But I was really pretty amazed at the flavor that aging the coffee beans in those barrels imparts on the beans. It really does. You can tell that there's some whiskey flavoring in there. Everybody that I've had try this stuff all thinks it's really great. They also now have a single origin coffee coming out. So if whiskey's not your jam and you just like regular coffee, really awesome stuff. If you have a coffee person on your list, definitely a good option. Okay, so now we've hit just about everything. And if you know the things that I love in my life, you'll know the one thing left and the one thing I'm about to talk about, gifts for those whiskey lovers in your life. First off, a ball press. I know what you're gonna say. Jeremy, I don't know too many guys that wanna have their balls pressed. I don't think a ball press sounds like a good present. Well, you would normally be right. But what I'm talking about here is this cool little gadget. This is an ice ball press. Now, admittedly, this is an item that is more for your whiskey geeks, your people that really like to geek out and make some cocktails here and there, but it's really freaking awesome. Everybody that I've showed this thing to is like, is that magic? What the hell is going on there? I don't really know how it works completely. It's some kind of feat of gravity and magic. You get a large ice cube, put it in here, which by the way, I'll link up above. I have a video on how you can make absolutely crystal clear ice, but you put a big honkin' ice cube in this guy, you put it on and you just let it sit, and in like 30 seconds, miraculously, it forms it into a perfect brown ball of awesomeness. It just looks really sweet. And how the thing works is just awesome. Every time I use it, people are like, I don't understand how that's working. Also, you can get them custom engraved and stuff, which is super cool. Bevratech is the company that makes this. It's called a Glacious ice ball press. I know that sounds like a torture device, but that's what it's called. Really kind of a cool little gift for a guy that's into whiskey that has everything and you can't think of something. I bet you he doesn't have an ice ball press. He might have a lot of crap, but he doesn't have an ice ball press. I can pretty much damn guarantee you that. And that thing's dope. And following that same vein, last but certainly not least, whiskey glasses. I have several different versions that I like. Depending on what you're into. First and foremost, you have your Glencairn. This is kind of the gold standard for people who like to taste the whiskey. They call this a nosing glass because supposedly the tulip shape kind of funnels the vapors up and allows you to smell the whiskey better. You watch any whiskey tasting videos or watch any guys or go to any whiskey tastings, these are pretty much the gold standard. And these are made of crystal. That's why you get that nice. Super nice glasses. Glencairn, you can get a set of 4 of these for around 25 bucks. Good option for a whiskey guy. Second whiskey glass type, my current favorite, and I think I'm gonna do a video on my favorite whiskey glasses soon, but my current favorite is the Norlan whiskey glass. Now, these are a bit expensive. You only get like 2 of these glasses for 50 bucks, but I watched a video on how these things were designed and the amount of research and development and craziness that went into making the perfect whiskey. I mean, it's like Elon Musk himself made this damn glass. It is like the Tesla of whiskey glasses. There's all kinds of science in the way it's double insulated and the shape. Super cool glass. It looks really good. I actually prefer the way this one drinks. This you have to really tilt way up there to get a sip out of. This one I think is a little easier to drink out of, and that's actually part of the design. They wanted you to be able to maintain eye contact while you're talking with somebody. Way more thought than you would think that went into designing this whiskey glass. It's not just an ordinary glass. Norlan whiskey glass, definitely a good option. Last option, I don't think near as much like science went into making this glass. Really neat design though, a little bit something different. It still does have that kind of tulip shape, so it does still give you a good nose on the whiskey if you're really into tasting. These are called dragon glass whiskey glasses. It's pretty cool because they're designed to just kind of sit with a little bit of a gangster lean. They just got a little bit of a, so if you're into the Instagram bangers, want a good shot of your whiskey and your cigar for the night, put it in your dragon glass. Definitely a cool glass. I've gotten a lot of comments on these glasses. Lots of people like the way they look. So whether or not you want the gold standard Tesla of whiskey glasses or the gangster lean whiskey glasses, good options for a whiskey lover in your life for Christmas. Ooh, Lord, my back hurts. I'm tired. I'm thirsty. My mouth's dry from going over all these gifts. So that's it. that wraps this one up. Hopefully this gave you a few ideas and maybe helped you check a couple people off the old Christmas list. If you are interested in this stuff, I will obviously, as always, put all the links for everything down below. That way you guys can find everything. If you are interested in buying any of this stuff, I would definitely suggest doing it as soon as possible, because you know how Christmas shipping gets and everything gets wild. Get on your getting on. What in the hell? I've been up here too long. My brain's not working anymore. Definitely get to getting on as soon as possible so you can make sure your stuff gets here by Christmas. The only thing I did not cover in this video was any cigar related type stuff. I did a full cigar guy video on my other channel, Jeremy Stires After Hours. So definitely, if you haven't checked that out, go check that out if you have any cigar lovers in your life you're buying for. If you guys like this one and you enjoyed hanging out with me for a little while today, feel free to smash that like button. That always helps us out. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. I will probably see you guys again before, but just in case I don't, make sure all you guys have a safe and happy holiday and Merry Christmas. Make sure you spend some good quality time with your friends and family, and we will see you in the next video.